Hey, folks. Cam Rogers here for the 49ers Report. I am a man of the people, and I answer your questions. It's time for the 49ers Mailbag right now. Agent Apples, what a name, via YouTube. What's the running back depth chart looking like? And that's a very interesting question because, well, the signing of Alfred Morris kind of throws a wrench into all this. And by the way, we have the injuries with Matt Breida and Jerick McKinnon right now. You won't see either of those two the rest of the way here. So with that, you're not going to see those two guys until the regular season. Maybe Alfred Morris actually makes the roster. There are a lot of unknowns all of a sudden with this running back depth chart. I have projected before that the 49ers will keep 3 running backs on the roster. All right, so you take a look at my rundown here, and I have McKinnon, Breida, 1 and 2. Raheem Mostert at number 3. Joe Williams is on the outside looking in, as well as Alfred Morris, but we do know that Morris has that experience under Kyle Shanahan those 2 seasons with the Washington Redskins, so keep that in mind. But I will say that Morris does have an outside shot to actually make the team if the 49ers somehow, some way, decide to keep 4 running backs on the roster. All right, next question here. 49ers faithful highlights. Will Witherspoon go to the Pro Bowl this year? Of course, cornerback Ahkello Witherspoon, that is. And I certainly think he's in for a breakout type of season, guys. Really good rookie campaign last year. He's tall, he's lean, he's physical. He improved upon his tackling during training camp last year, and it really showed during the regular season. So I think his stock is without a doubt trending upward. I would definitely not be shocked to see Witherspoon make the Pro Bowl. I will say right now, I think he probably is not a favorite to make the Pro Bowl, but he could certainly emerge and get a lot of votes out there and maybe become a reserve out there. I don't think he actually ends up starting for the Pro Bowl, but that's not an indictment on him by any means. The cornerbacks out there are really good across the NFL. A lot of good ones. Xavier Rhodes, Jalen Ramsey, the list goes on. All right, this is the 49ers Report presented by the Game Time app. Get up to 60% off all those last-minute sports tickets, concert tickets, theater tickets, so much more. The website is on your screen, chatsports.com/tickets. That'll take you so you can download this 5-star app. All right, one of our favorite fans, Bray, asking, is there any chance at all the 49ers trade for Khalil Mack? Where do we stand with Khalil? Well, of course, he's looking for that long-term extension with the Oakland Raiders. And as of now, the 49ers aren't looking to trade for Mack, although the logic is there. What is that logic? Well, the 49ers need some sort of pass rush from some area of that defense. And right now, so far in the preseason, we're not really seeing that. The hope is that Solomon Thomas can be that guy, but maybe the 49ers decide to just ship on off Mr. Thomas to the Raiders, including Jimmy Ward in a first-round pick, and the 49ers get Khalil Mack. I'll tell you one thing. If the Raiders pull off this projected trade that I have on your screen, and this has the endorsement of Tom Downey as well, I think the 49ers firmly immerse themselves in Super Bowl contention. Because we're talking about a cornerstone player in Khalil Mack. First of all, it'd be a major mistake by the Oakland Raiders to let this guy go via a trade or, just let him play out this 5th year and not get a long-term deal. But classic Raiders, am I right, folks? So I think this trade details here that I have for you guys, I think makes a lot of sense. Jimmy Ward's on his 5th year himself, and he's no guarantee that he's going to be a long-term solution, long-term plan there for the San Francisco 49ers. Do you want San Francisco to trade for Khalil Mack? Let me know in comments. I want to hear what you guys have to say. It would be very odd, by the way, to see the Raiders and 49ers engage in a trade because, in a way, it's almost like trading within the division. These two teams are pretty bitter between the two, so keep that in mind as well, but hit me up in comments. We got Henry asking, what's up with George Kittle on his health and injury status? So a lot of injuries we're tracking here at the 49ers Report. Kittle is indeed included in all of this, and we won't see him until the regular season, but his injury is not believed to be serious. No structural damage, no tears. He did separate his shoulder, but the 49ers are going to play it pretty darn safe with one of their prime tight ends there on the depth chart. So should be good to go for week 1 against the Minnesota Vikings. They need George Kittle this season because I think he's going to be a premier target in the red zone for Jimmy Garoppolo. Reports out there that the chemistry is just fine between the tight end and the quarterback. So missing some time during the preseason, not the worst deal in the world. All right, another question here. So what would you rank our defense this year? This coming from Daniel via Facebook. And it's an interesting question when you look at the defense with Richard Sherman and many other pieces. I'll answer this in a second, but first I want to give a shout out to our friends at Mizzen and Main. I'm wearing one of their beautiful, comfortable shirts right now, short sleeve style because it's like 100 degrees here in Dallas, Texas, and I'm just not a fan of the heat. So Mizzen helping me out with that. You can get one for yourselves, of course. Comfortable.af is the way to go. All right, so in terms of the defense, I'm zoning in on these 5 guys. You probably saw my top defensive players segment recently, folks. And Buckner, of course, is the top line guy at defensive tackle. Foster there at linebacker, Sherman at corner, Witherspoon at corner as well, and Jaquiski Tart at safety. I think the 49ers are going to be a top 10 pass defense, probably middle of the pack in run D. And let's face it, I'm a little concerned about pass rushing, so the sack department probably won't be all that high. But in terms of the pass D, I'm excited to watch that secondary ball out in 2018. All right, folks, Cam Rogers here signing off for the 49ers Report. Continue the conversation on Twitter at Mr. Rogers99.